Breaking news coming in. India and the United Kingdom have reached a historic milestone with the successful conclusion of a major free trade agreement. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi confirmed the news after speaking with his British counterpart, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and the deal is being hailed as ambitious and mutually beneficial, aiming to significantly boost trade, investment and innovation between the two nations. In addition to the FTA, both sides also signed a double contribution convention, which is expected to streamline taxation and bolster business confidence. Moving on, tensions in the Middle East are escalating as Israel launched airstrikes on the Houthi targets in Yemen just one day after a ballistic missile struck near Israel's Ben Gurion airport, injuring 8. The Israeli Defense Forces say around 20 fighter jets carried out strikes on key sites in Yemen's Hodeidah province. It included a cement factory and the Red Sea port, claiming they were used to transfer Iranian weapons and build military infrastructure. The Houthis reported at least 2 people dead and 40 injured. They call the attacks a joint US-Israeli aggression, though the US denies any involvement. The Houthis are now threatening to impose a comprehensive aerial blockade on Israel, targeting airports in retaliation for Israel's operations in Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to continue responding forcefully, blaming Iran for backing the Houthis. The escalation marks a significant widening of conflict with major humanitarian risks for Yemen's civilian population. All right, Adnan Nasser, a Lebanese journalist, is joining us at this point in time. Adnan, appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us. What do you make of this escalating conflict, and what kind of a pressure, if any, is this going to put on Israeli efforts?
Well, first, thank you for having me on your program. I think the pressure now is on the Houthis to see what their next move will be. So long as the Israelis are attacking Gaza, and we know that they have a plan to evacuate hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to the southern parts of Gaza, more than likely we'll see the Houthis increase their firepower if they have any additional military means to do so. The Israelis had fired upon Yemen and the Houthi targets, and also threatening to hit Sanaa's airport and ordering civilians to evacuate. So we're seeing both sides wanting to escalate, but both sides are trying to tell the other, if you don't back down, there's going to be worse scenarios to come. And of course, Prime Minister Netanyahu would like to connect Iran with what's happening with the Houthis and in Yemen as a way of trying to scuttle any progress made between the US and Iran on the nuclear question.
And what do you make of this imminent threat which has come about to Israeli airports and the airspace where Israeli aircrafts and basically the aerial traffic goes back and forth? What kind of an endangerment are we looking at here?
Well, like you said in your introduction, I mean, the Houthis, you quoted the Houthis, they said they want a, quote, aerial blockade or aerial embargo, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, airlines are going to take this seriously, especially if the Houthis somehow manage to immediately retaliate and hit closer to Ben Gurion Airport. If they were to do that, then yes, there is a threat to Israeli airspace and the security of any civilian passengers. So we'll have to wait and see what the Houthis' move will be.
Fair enough. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for your time and your perspective on this important information coming in. Well, that's all we have time for.